Imagine standing before a wall so vast that it stretches beyond the horizon. A wall not carved from stone like the Great Wall of China, but sculpted from the very earth itself. Its towering embankments rising above deep trenches, winding through forests, villages, and farmlands for hundreds of years. Now imagine that most people do not know it ever existed. History celebrates the Pyramid of Egypt, the Colosseum of Rome, and the Great Wall of China. These monuments are taught in classrooms, featured in documentaries, and admired by millions. But hidden beneath the forest of southern Nigeria lies another marvel, one that many historians believe was among the greatest engineering achievements of the pre-industrial world. This is the story of the Great Wall of Benin, a story of power, of innovation, of an empire that transformed the landscape with nothing more than determination, organization, and human hands, and of how one of humanity's greatest achievements nearly vanished from memory. Welcome to DEMYSTIFIED, where forgotten kingdoms rise again and ancient legends refuse to die. Long before European empire arrived on the shores of West Africa, the Kingdom of Benin had already established itself as one of the continent's most sophisticated civilizations. Located in the now southern Nigeria, Benin was not an isolated kingdom hidden from the world. It was a thriving center of government, commerce, culture, and craftsmanship. At its heart stood Benin City, a capital unlike almost any other in Africa at that time. Everything revolved around one man, the Oba. More than a king, the Oba was regarded as the spiritual and political heart of the kingdom. His authority united communities, settled disputes, commanded armies, and oversaw one of the most organized states in West Africa. Wide streets stretched through carefully planned neighborhoods. Skilled blacksmiths shaped irons into weapons and tools. Bronze casters produced artworks of astonishing details. Ivory carvers transformed elephant tusk into royal masterpieces, while merchants traded goods with neighboring kingdoms and later with Portuguese sailors arriving along the coast. But prosperity often attracts danger. Benin's wealth made it a target. Portuguese sailors arriving along the coast opened new opportunities for trade, but they also marked the beginning of greater foreign interest in the kingdom. Neighboring kingdoms sought its riches, rival groups threatened its borders, trade routes had to be protected, farmers needed security, the capital itself required defenses worthy of one of Africa's greatest kingdoms. Instead of relying solely on soldiers or wooden palisades, the people of Benin chose something far more ambitious. They would build with the earth itself. Generation after generation, workers dug enormous trenches into the ground. Unlike the Great Wall of China, which is often imagined as one continuous wall, the Great Wall of Benin was a vast interconnected system of moats and earthen ramparts. Together, these defenses formed an immense network protecting communities across the kingdom. Some researchers estimate that when all of these interconnected earthworks are measured together, they extend for nearly 16,000 kilometers. Whether that exact figure is accepted or debated, one fact remains beyond dispute. The scale was extraordinary. Even today, archaeologists continue to marvel at the sheer amount of labor required to construct these defenses using little more than simple hand tools. No bulldozers, no excavators, no modern engineering equipment. Only baskets, wooden implements, iron tools, and thousands upon thousands of determined people working across generations. Think about that for a moment. Many of the world's greatest monuments were built by rulers commanding enormous resources. Benin achieved something equally breathtaking by reshaping the natural landscape itself. The walls were not simply barriers against invading armies. They controlled movements, protected farmland, marked political boundaries, defined sacred places, and projected the authority of the Oba across the kingdom. In many ways, they were as much symbols of unity as they were instruments of defense. Centuries passed, kings came and went, children grew into adults beneath the shadow of these great embankments. The wall became woven into everyday life, standing silently as witnesses to festivals, royal ceremonies, bustling markets, and military victories. To the people of Benin, the walls were simply part of the kingdom. But to outsiders, they were astonishing. When Portuguese explorers and traders first reached Benin in the late 15th century, they encountered something they had not expected. Instead of a primitive settlement, they found a powerful and highly organized kingdom. Later, European visitors described broad, remarkably straight streets stretching through the city. They wrote of impressive buildings, disciplined administrations, and a royal palace so expansive that it rivaled some of Europe's finest complexes. One Dutch visitor in the 17th century even remarked on the city's orderliness and cleanliness, qualities that challenged many European assumptions about Africa. These accounts painted a picture of a civilization that was prosperous, sophisticated, and remarkably well governed. Yet beyond the streets and palaces stood an even greater achievement: the walls, silent, massive, enduring. For centuries they protected one of Africa's greatest kingdoms. But no wall, no matter how magnificent, could stand forever against the forces that were beginning to gather in the Atlantic. The greatest threat Benin would ever face was not a neighboring kingdom, it was an empire, and when that empire finally came, it would change Benin and the fate of its great walls forever.